Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Music and Beyond. I'm Ernie Crazy Eyes from Recall Productions. Today I have a band from the wonderful state of California, The Last Days of War. How's it going, guys?
What up, dude?
What's going on?
What's cracking, man?
I'm glad to have you guys here, man. I've been hanging out with this guy for a long time. Marcos is a homie. We used to kick it in Red Dead Redemption.
True.
But how you guys doing? How's everything?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We get together every Monday to work on shit, so that's what we're doing today, and just got the podcast going with you today too.
Oh yeah, man, and I appreciate you guys being here. I like to start off mostly every interview with the band name because I'm a huge fan of band names and where the name comes from. So where does the name The Last Days of War come from?
I'm gonna pass that over to Rob for you.
Oh, fuck.
Really?
Okay. No, it was just a band name I was marinating on for a minute, and I was saving it for the right project and waiting for something to come along, and this seemed to fit the bill, and I feel like it fits with what we're doing and where we're going and where we're heading with this whole project. But here's
awesome.
Danny.
Hey, so let me add something to that. This is Danny. For me, I feel like we're gonna wage a war, right? And
Yeah.
I feel like when it says the last days of war, it's like it's kind of at the point where it's like it's really bad, it's really tough, it's coming to an end. But see, our war isn't a war with bombs and bullets. It's a war with ideas and words. You know what I'm saying? And that's the war we're fighting. So that's kind of the gist of it for me, anyways.
I love that. That's awesome. And sometimes if I can give my perspective, the way I see it is the last days of war. Maybe somebody's going through something, and like the last days of war, maybe it'll get better.
Yeah, it could be depression. It could be lots of things.
It could be the war in your head. Like you said, it's not about bullets and guns. It's about
whatever your
personal war is. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly really, really like that. That's great.
It could be even the war you're facing in the bathroom the next morning after work.
Oh my God.
In and out all day, son.
Italian's in and out, so whatever it is, it's truly in and out,
Oh my God, don't even get me started with In-N-Out. I fucking love In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
Well, man,
and I'm gonna say it here that In-N-Out is better than Whataburger.
Hey, you know what? I've had both, and I'll eat either one. You know.
But here's the difference. Get In and Out at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I know.
Get In and Out at 3 a.m. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Whataburger 24/7.
24/7.
Oh, okay. They got us beat there on that.
They got us there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whataburger is open 24 hours a day, but I think the better burger is In-N-Out. Holy crap, now we're
Yeah, for sure.
now it's a food
But
interview.
McDonald's is still staying in business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the real war we're fighting.
Yeah.
We're going against corporate McDonald's.
Yeah. Basically, whoever wants to sponsor us, we love that burger. You know what I mean?
Hey, well, here's a question since we're talking about food now. Let's say the Last Days of War just finished playing a gig. Where are you guys going?
For me, so long as it's around, we just had them roll them up taquitos. I don't know if they have it out there, but it's just a new taquito chain that's out here, and it's fucking amazing. They literally only serve like taquitos. They can either get chicken, steak, or potato, and they just serve them fully loaded, man. They're awesome. Danny?
Meal?
Yeah, meal after a show.
Here?
And we're going straight to the bar after that. Like, we're going to calm nerves and then wait till after the puke circle, and then we'll go figure out where we're going to eat after that.
Here with some herbs on it.
With some herbs?
Oh, that California dreaming, huh?
Yep.
And where does the inspiration of the sound for the band come from?
Weed, lots of weed. comes from a lot of the genres and styles we grew up with and are bringing to the table now that I feel like a lot of music lacks. I feel like a lot of the sound, the mainstream sound went back 20, 30 years and really just skipped right over genres of music and sounds that were really underappreciated and not really taken full advantage of. I mean, we had a taste with like Linkin Park and Disturbed, and now they're going just doing their own thing or making their own sounds now acoustic, and it's like someone's still got to continue on those sounds and that vibe, you know?
What about you, Danny?
For me, I don't know. I mean, I'm a guy. I was all over the place. I always have been musically. So when I was young, I started listening to one of the first kind of metal bands I started listening to was Sepultura, and it just kind of grew from there. I was big into Metallica and Pantera, and then as music and metal kept going on, I just kind of kept going. I mean, I've always been into like Deftones and Korn and Linkin Park, but then on the other hand, I've been Sepultura and bands like Periphery, and so I have a pretty big wide array of music, and I think you're going to see that as we release songs that we're going to bring in lots of different elements. And I think one thing is I think it's all always going to be heavy and pretty intense, So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, and what I noticed, I noticed that from listening to the earlier stuff that you guys released, from that, and then listening to the newer stuff that you guys have released, and it kind of seemed that it just progressively just started getting heavier.
Yeah.
And a little bit more wild, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, I think what happened is we slowly grew into who we are. We're slowly growing into what it is the Last Days of War represents musically. Like when we were releasing songs, yeah, it was obviously it was still us and it was still all our ideas and stuff, but we were still in the process of like, well, which way are we going to steer the ship, And sometimes it's still like that, But I also love the fact that there's three minds here.
Wait, we're on a ship?
We're on a ship. I love that there's three minds with three different ways of thinking, but at the same time, we're always on the same page. And like myself, I actually didn't grow up listening to metal. I was an R&B singer for many years in high school. I was in show choirs and choir and stuff like that, and I grew up driving with my dad, listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire, Marvin Gaye, all that stuff. And I think that I incorporate that R&B style into our music with the melodies that I write for our choruses.
Yeah, I could totally feel that when I listen to the music. And I think a while back when we were on TikTok, you did mention that. So thanks for bringing that up. Because that's kind of crazy that you went from, listening to R&B and, choir and all that stuff to just being, a heavy metal vocalist. And, that's beautiful, man. And, who would have known?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've told this story to the guys before, but like, it was Korn Follow the Leader album that changed my world into metal, because my uncle randomly one year decided to give me a CD for Christmas, never gave me a gift before that and never again after. Just that one year he gave me a CD. He was like, "Here, take this." And I was like, "Cool, thanks." And just hearing Follow the Leader for the first time, I was just like, "What is this?" And it just opened up a whole new gate of music for me.
That's crazy, man.
The first 12 tracks are my favorite.
Well, you know what? With me, have you guys seen the movie Almost Famous?
Yes.
Well, in that movie when the sister gives the records to the brother, is like, "This is all you need to hear," and then that kind of inspired him.
Yeah.
When I watched that movie the first time, I thought to myself, I need to do this. How do I do this? Somebody help me, and here I am.
Nice.
Give them Clutch. Any Clutch albums?
Clutch. I don't think I've heard them, but I need to check
them out, dude. They're dope. Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of new metal because I'm gonna go see Cold in April.
Nice.
Oh no, wear a mask.
Oh no! Son of a bitch.
You might want to keep 6 feet away from them at least. You know. Got a cold.
I don't know what
the feet are, but.
Oh, that's great. And what's the writing process for you guys?
It's a little different with all of us. Well, when it comes to like musically, normally Danny's normally the one putting stuff together. He's always writing. The guy's just a fucking beautiful mind when it comes to writing music. He's constantly working. He's constantly making something new. And then we all have like access to like our Dropbox, and he'll be like, "Hey, I just dropped something new. Check it out." And
then we get together and I fuck it up. Usually it's just like, that's great, delete it, and then we go from there.
And then yeah, man. So as far as like lyrically type of stuff, like when we do stuff, the way I usually write is when I listen to whatever Danny sends, I wait for something to jump out at me, and the second something jumps out at me, I normally work from the chorus backwards. I'm always
eat the butt first kind of guy.
I'm gonna eat the butt first kind of guy.
Oh, no.
But hey man, it's 2023, guys. Eat the butt, Doug. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the only cuss I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought here. It's like, yeah, so I usually write from like the chorus backwards and getting that hook first. I have a cousin of mine who's also in the music industry. He plays drums for Stabbing Westward. And he when I first started writing music, he was my go-to guy. I was always like, hey, check this out, whatever. And one thing I learned from him is you got to have that hook, dude. Get that hook and then work backwards. And so that's the way I tend to do it. What about you, Rob?
I tend to just hear songs that catch my ear. Like I'll know Mark's going to sing over something, but if something's a little bit more upbeat and up my alley, I'll just lay down all over it, and they're just blow Mark's mind with how many words you can fit into a fucking phrasing. You know what I'm saying? We got a new one coming up that Mark is just like, how the fuck are you saying all that shit?
It always impresses me. The guy's really good at just being really wordy, but making it fit and just fucking tearing it up, man. We're definitely like the yin and the yang when it comes to like aggression and like the melody,
Yeah, we're definitely finding that zone that we mesh together and blend. I think when we started out, we were trying to just find that groove, and then we quickly found it, and it's just taken off and going all sorts of places now with it. So,
and another thing that's great about us is our dynamic of, hey, it's never been like, well, you're singing more in that song than I am, or I'm singing more in that song than you are. It's always been, well, what does this song need? If this song just needs me to sing the chorus, then I'm just going to sing the chorus. If we feel, there's probably going to come a time where there's going to be a fucking all Rob song and an all, or an all Mark song. And when we play them live, it'll be cool because when I get to do the all Mark song, guess what? Rob gets to go off really quick and grab a beer. You know what I'm saying?
Danny doing his thing, and just we may even do an instrumental album. Who knows? And
Danny's, he doesn't give himself enough credit when it comes to vocals as well. He's a great singer as well. He does a lot of the harmonies and the backgrounds in our songs, and he's got a great mind for those harmonies. Like he'll be like, but what if I did this here? And then I hear a chorus that I already love, and he throws in a little he throws in a harmony in the background, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, that's when I thought it couldn't get any better. There it is, So
yeah, that's great, and the way that you guys talk right now brings in the next question, because how long have you guys known each other? Because it feels it feels like you guys have known each other forever, and you know the brotherhood is super strong, and I don't know, I totally feel the brotherhood.
So I'll answer this question first because I've known them the least amount of time, but I've known Rob since at least 2009. We were in other projects separately, and we used to play. We used to play all around, like Rancho Cucamonga and everything like that, and the same shows, you know. And so, just going there, and we used to always play at a bar called Goodfellas in Rancho Cucamonga, and that's always been like the hangout spot. And Rob just became a really good friend of mine through there. And then I met Danny through my previous project, and it didn't work out there. Danny was actually trying out for that band. It didn't work out, and then I was like, dude, I want to work with this guy. So when I got the opportunity, instantly, like, I've known Danny the least amount of time, and but I can't say that I, you know, like, that it doesn't mean anything. It's like I consider him as much a brother as I do Rob. So I feel like we click in that way, and I think that that's the reason why it's as good as it is.
Rob and I met in the late 1900s.
You can actually say something like that.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah, but it's 99. Like, oh, okay.
Late 1900s.
All right.
Y'all met each other at the Gold Rush or what?
We rushed down to California. We were in the hills were filled with gold. There I met Danny. He was panhandling outside the river. It was weird. I was like, why don't you just put that pan in the river and pan for gold yourself? No, he'd rather beg for it. So then we started writing begging music, and that's how the band started.
Oh, no.
All right, Danny, you want to give him the real deal here?
I believe the first time we met, it was at a Guitar Center. Or was it Citrus College? Because we had some classes together.
Unofficially, Guitar Center.
Big Guitar Center. This guy, he was real tall, and he just looked like a lead singer. And I remember me and a buddy of mine going like, hey, we should talk to this guy. And we talked to him, and it was like, yeah, he actually sings. And then we joined a band, and we did that for a number of years, and then split ways, and we both did a few other projects, and we're back to doing it again. So here we are.
And when this project started, it originally started with Danny and I, and he was like, how do you feel about bringing in a second singer? And I was like, oh, I think that would be no.
Yeah. Sorry.
And,
my train of thought. I was like, no, wait, no, this is a different project. Last Days of War started.
Yeah, so so before it was officially the Last Days of War, Danny and I had started this project, and he was like, how do you feel about bringing in a second vocalist, like a screamer type deal thing? And I go, dude, I would love that. I've always wanted to be in a band that way. And he goes, yeah, I know a guy. His name's Rob. And I was like, Big Rob? And he goes, yeah. I was like, abso-fucking-lutely. I was like, I feel like it was just meant to be, like the fact that we all knew each other already. So.
Yeah, and I guess that's why it works. And whenever I see you guys like on TikTok and stuff, like I don't know, I just see things that are kind of invisible to the naked eye, I guess. Like with the way that you guys interact with each other and stuff.
I'm glad that comes across. I really am glad that comes across. I don't know. I guess it's all I can say is that it's natural. It's always been that way between the three of us. We're in a band, but I would say we're friends first, you know? So. Yeah,
and you can totally feel that, like when you guys make videos or just hang out or whatever. But that's awesome, man, and I'm really excited for you guys because, you know, I feel like you guys are going to be together for 10,000 years, like Guns N' Roses and stuff.
Heads in jars.
Oh yeah, dude. Heads in jars.
Futurama. 10,000 years.
10,000 years in a world.
Except Rob's jar is just filled with smoke. There's no liquid in it.
A marijuana plant.
He just looks like Baby Groot with a weed plant.
His soul left his body when he dies, and he went into a marijuana plant.
No, honestly.
Who would you guys like to tour with?
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Zeppelin?
Oh god.
For me, number one on my list would be Slipknot. I would really love to play with them. Spirit Box, they're fantastic. I would love to get on board with them. Like, the list can go on, but I would say those two for me first of all. Danny?
Yeah, I think Slipknot, Motionless in White would be a band I'd love to tour with.
What do you think?
Me, Nine Inch Nails. Oh, sorry, this is Rob. For me, number one, Nine Inch Nails. Two. I would say Rob Zombie, but I'd prefer White Zombie.
Yeah.
We're going to make them get back together. Are they still a band? No, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, we're getting them back together. You heard it here first, folks. No, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You have to present it as a question, or else it's not.
It's true.
Didn't Rob Zombie just announce the other day that somebody big from the band a long time ago is coming back? You see it there? I read an article. I remember who.
That may or may not have happened, folks. We're not sure. So
We'll go on.
go ahead.
And when can we hear new music?
We're wrapping up a new song hopefully today and sending it out to mix and master. And if all goes well, in like 2 to 3 weeks, we'll get another new single. The song's called Remain Untamed.
Nice. I can't wait. And right now, I want to go and talk about a couple of songs that kind of spoke out to me. Can you tell me a little bit about YOU?
Oh, okay. YOU. YOU was an idea of mine that I had watching the show You on Netflix, which is why originally I was just calling the song You, and then Rob had a great idea. He's like, let's do a play on words and call it YOU. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do that. But honestly, we wrote that song and released it we really want to get that song on the show, man. That show's still going. I think it would fit. Even if they just played it in the end credits for one episode or some shit, I think it'd be awesome. Like, so for those of you listening and you see us on TikTok, tag them all. Penn, I forget his last name. The actor, Bagley, yeah. And tag Netflix and let them know that you want to hear us on that show. I mean, the power of the internet, guys. It's happened. There's a band called Oakley Dokley that's all dudes dressed like Ned Flanders. That's like a screamo band, and they put their song on an episode of The Simpsons. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's called, that song's called White Wine Spritzer. Yeah.
That's great. And I have a question about Control. Is that Rob talking in the beginning, in the intro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, man, like I feel like this guy's gonna come and I don't know, like freaking stab me or something. But I'm gonna continue listening to it. So,
that's kind of what we were going for.
Yeah, well, you got the point.
Jesus Christ. Can you tell me a little bit about that song?
It's written from two different perspectives, to be honest.
Yeah, like that one, I was like, what are you singing about? And then I took that and I wrote my little part where how we kind of planned it out. And then he has his part and we kind of just merged them together. And that's how we kind of wrote that song.
Yeah, that song it's literally two different stories being told. When he asked me what it is that I was writing about, obviously I was just writing about a person in my life that was very egotistical and just always thought he was in control, And so when it cuts into my parts, it's literally like two different stories being told. I'm telling my story, Rob's telling his story. And I think we did a great job of it sounding like we're singing about the same story,
Yeah, that's fucking great. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out because I didn't know that that's what was going on.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear where Rob's coming from, especially in that breakdown, man. The lyrics are there. Read those lyrics. They're fucking powerful, man. some powerful ass lyrics, and honestly, just knowing the background of the story and stuff like that. It's all personal stuff, and we don't really like to get too much into it. What we like to do is put our heart out there in the music, and then why do you relate to it? You know what I'm saying? Why do you keep playing this song on repeat when you hear Control? What do these lyrics mean to you? And I try to write that way all the time, to where I'm writing about a specific thing, but also keeping it a little bit open so that people can hopefully gravitate towards that song for whatever it is they're going through,
Yeah, definitely. And that's freaking beautiful, man. I'm gonna definitely check that out later on tonight when I'm at my friend's house. And the last song that I want to talk about is the one that you guys just released a few weeks ago. Terrible Lie, man. I went back and I listened to the 9 Inch Nails version before I heard y'all's version, and holy fuck, I don't know, you guys perfected it.
Thank you. That's a great compliment.
You guys Johnny Cash that song.
As far as why we picked it and stuff, I guess Rob could answer that for you, because it was it was Danny's idea? Was it your idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why was it? Why did you pick that song?
I always loved 9 Inch Nails, and there's times whenever I'm looking at writing material, doing our original stuff. I mean, that's one thing. There's for every song we release, there's probably 5 sitting in a folder that hasn't been touched. So sometimes you gravitate towards something about a song or emotion that it's putting out there, and Terrible Lie is a song that just kind of I felt like I could come in and fill in the gaps, and not saying that there were necessarily like flaws, but like there was room in that song to take it in a different direction, and that's what I just felt compelled to do it,
And lyrically, that song just kind of fit with the whole what the Last Days of War represents as well too. So, and I think we do a really good job of picking covers and not just doing a cover to where it sounds the same. We want people to know that it's the Last Days of War doing it, and the fact that people really really loved this release, honestly, it just makes us want to pop out more, honestly, and it's a great feeling, and it got so much love online from everybody. People telling me that it was, better than the original and stuff like that. And that, to me, it takes me back. Like, it's kind of surreal to hear people say that about something we did to somebody else's art, and all we did was paint it with a broader stroke and try to give our flavor on top of it. So.
Yeah, and honestly, whenever you guys release TikToks with Terrible Lie in the background or just music from you guys, it's just like whenever Dusty Grant posts videos too, I can't skip the video until I finish watching it all, because there's such amazing songs and I just have to listen to them even though I've already heard that song or whatever. Like, you guys, I don't know, you guys make so much music that I can appreciate, and I don't know, it's fucking great discovering fans like you guys.
Thank you.
Let me ask you a question real quick. What's your least favorite of our songs?
Let's see.
That's gonna be a tough question.
That's gonna be a tough question.
Well, I mean, like, let's say you just have our songs on shuffle. Which one are you skipping?
Maybe Fractions.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Why is that?
Fuck that song.
Like a bunch of bitches.
I felt that Fractions was still in the discover mode of what the Last Days of War is gonna be.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But
definitely a transitional period. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, you guys just got heavier and heavier and heavier, and I was just like, all right, cool, let's do this.
Yeah. Fun fact about Fractions is it wasn't even going to be a Last Days of War song. Danny was. What were you doing with it?
It was I wrote the song. I was in a songwriting like master class with Ryan Tedder. He's a guy in One Republic, and he's written a bunch of stuff out there for like Jonas Brothers and Beyonce and all stuff. So I took this master class, and I wrote 3 songs in the class, and that song showed to the guys, and we turned it into a Last Days of War song. And
well, from what I remember is there was an assignment that you had to work with somebody else, and you asked me to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you asked me to, and I originally Fractions just had me on it, and then Rob heard it, and he was like, "Well, let's fucking turn this into a Last Days of War song." Yeah. So yeah,
that's great. And I mean, it's a great song. I'm still gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just feel
Skip.
like Skip, yeah.
Alexa, next.
And then Spotify hits you with sorry, you use your last skip.
Yeah. No, that's when the Wi-Fi cuts out and the song keeps fucking playing, but now it's at volume 10, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, no. Alexa start laughing at you while the song's still playing in the background. You're like, fucking man.
Oh, that's great. And what would you guys like to tell your fans right now?
We have fans?
We do, and it's amazing that we do, because we haven't touched the stage yet. We decided to go about this a different way. We decided to use the power of social media to get our music out there, and TikTok has been absolutely fantastic for us, man. Like, I tend to go live every morning just to talk to people, just to have them get to know us. I feel like if I can get somebody to get to know me personally, they're more likely to listen to our music, right? And people like to connect with the musicians that they listen to. And so, I'll go on there, and there'll be people from, hey, what's up from Germany? Love your music. Hey, from Canada, love your music. We have people stream us all over the world right now, and we haven't touched the stage. And what's cool about it is every time we go live, everyone's always asking, when are you coming to our town?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is soon. We plan to do it. So, Danny?
What was the question?
What do you want to say to the fans?
Oh, fans.
To the people. The people want to know.
I just want to say thank you. Thanks for the support. We're trying to build and grow, and I got to ask you to just follow, share, like, save, repost, retweet, whatever it is. I mean, it's kind of the, I've always kind of done that is when I find a band that I like, I support them, and I found lots of local bands that I follow and I watch and I support, and it's kind of a hard thing to get going, and it takes a long time. Like, I mean, before we even released the song, I was probably 2 years into working on this, so it's taken a lot of work, a long time, and I appreciate everybody that's listening and following and spread the love,
Yeah, TikTok has a great music community, and I feel like we are the hometown TikTok band that people are finding right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
TikTok, trying to get them to, whatever. What do they do? They sponsor people? They sponsor us, Rob, go ahead. Put this away from me.
I just want to say this. When we get 5,000 TikTok followers, that's when you will see Danny doing his morning routine and showing how he goes about his day before the writing process. But once we hit 10,000 followers, that's when my ass has to sign up for TikTok and I have to do this shit. So,
we're almost there. We're close to 4,000.
Yeah. Danny's a little scared. He's a little nervous because we were about to break that 5,000. But me, I'm smooth sailing for about the next year or so. Unless y'all start doing work and start adding people to our TikTok, then I'm fucked real quick. But
I'm gonna go create 8,000 fake TikTok accounts just to get you on.
You won't do it. You won't do it. You'll get to about 27 and stop.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, and one last thing I just want to say is thank you guys all for the support. The fact that you guys are buying our merch and, and taking the time to share our stuff and making TikTok videos we've had some really cool TikTok videos made with our music, and that's awesome.
Can I say something? Music videos.
Yes.
They're going to be coming.
Music videos are coming, guys. We're in the process of brainstorming all that, and yeah, we got a lot of shit coming. We've been around on the streaming services for about a year now, and we're just getting started.
So yeah, and I like to end every conversation with this question. If you
see you again.
if you guys were stuck in an elevator with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about?
It would be Chris Cornell for me, and I would just pick his brain about everything: music, songs. How you're like he said living or dead. If you could bring back somebody, yeah. So it would be Chris Cornell. Very few celebrity deaths have hit me really hard, and he was one of them. The other one was Robin Williams, but it would be Chris Cornell for me. Okay.
Beethoven.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Dude, I mean,
the dog or
the dog. Come on. Dude, shreds. Come on.
Elaborate on that, Danny. Why
Beethoven?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to sit around and play music with one person, I mean, holy shit, right? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Rob?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious Trent Reznor or Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be trapped in an elevator with Snoop Dogg?
We're talking with Snoop Dogg.
Oh, we already know. We got a little box. We got to just make it hot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hopefully his blunt roller's there too, so he can help out.
Oh no, it'd be a party in the box.
I think he pays his blunt roller like $250,000 or somewhere around that area.
Damn. Oh, I want a little rock and roller.
Oh, that's
Picking
great.
applications.
Yeah, I know, right? And where can we find you guys, social media wise?
We're available on all social media platforms, man. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Maybe avoid the Twitter one. I tend to get a little sign in and go crazy on that one. So maybe avoid the Twitter one. but TikTok.
If you want Rob's Hot Box Hot Takes at 2 a.m, hit Twitter. But yeah, and also I would like to say, give us a follow on all of them, man. We have close to 4,000 followers on TikTok, but our other ones are still kind of struggling to grow, and I think that's just because of the algorithm and the way things work. But yeah, I mean, we're slowly building the other platforms, but they're all there, and we'll have a .com coming pretty soon as well too.
Yeah, and I want to thank you guys so much for taking some time out today, and this was a fun conversation, and I really hope I make it to California one day and see you guys perform, because you guys kill it, man.
Well, you know what? We'll try to make it out to you at some point.
That's what's up.
There you go. Hell yeah.
We definitely want to see us perform too.
Of course. And I want my beard to touch your beard, Rob.
Well, yeah, in some states that's admissible, but if you do that kind of thing in California, it kind of means something different. So
I'm just busting your balls. When I went to go, when I was hanging out with John Redcorn, he was like, "Here, let's touch our beards together," and he did that. I'm like, I feel so weird right now.
It's a weird beard touch.
Oh man, but thank you guys so much, and thank you everybody for listening. And remember that without music, life would be a mistake.